everyone, welcome back to ECCi Kids. If you're new here, for the past 7 weeks we've been discussing the different fruits of the Spirit. This is week 8 of our series, so we're discussing the 8th fruit, gentleness. We'll be talking about what it means to be gentle and how we can do so. Up next we have a special song just for you.
So your life feels like it don't make sense, and you think to yourself, I'm a good person, yeah. So why these things keep happening? Why you gotta deal with them? You may be knocked down now, but don't forget what he said. He said, I won't give you more than you can take, and I might let you bend, but I won't let you break it. I'll never ever let you go. Don't forget what he said. He said, who you are ain't what you're going through, so don't let it get the best of you, 'cause I knows everything you need, so you ain't gotta worry. You may be knocked down now, but just believe what he said. I won't give you more than you can take, and I might let you bend, but I won't let you break it. I'll never ever let you go.
Don't fear when you go through the fire. Hang on when it's down to the wire. Stand tall and remember what he said.
More than you can take, and I might let you bend, but I won't let you break.
I won't give you more than you can take, and I might let you bend, but I won't let you break it.
I have you on the palm of my hand. Don't you forget what he said.
Give you
What he said.
might let you bend.
Don't forget
I'll
what he
never
said.
ever let you go. I'll never ever let you go.
What he said.
Up next we have a special worship song picked by Rebecca.
Hi everyone! Why not spend a minute just thinking about things that you want to say thank you to God for? Then when you're done, ask your grown-up if you can have a listen to this song by Watoto Children's Choir. It's called Be Exalted.
Thanks for that, Rebecca. The song is in the description for you to check out. Now we have an object lesson by Victoria.
So guys, I wonder what fruit is going to be used as our object in today's object lesson. Is it going to be oranges, or mangoes, or kiwi, or pineapple? Yes, you guys, today's object is a pineapple. So we're going to put this in the basket with my Krispy Kremes. And I'll see you guys when I get home. So guys, this is the pineapple that I went to Tesco and bought. You guys were secretly there, weren't you? Because you watched the video. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I look at this pineapple, I don't think, I want to eat a pineapple. And if you do think that, you think that because you know what's inside of the pineapple. But just say we didn't know the delicious tastes that were inside of this pineapple, the tropical tastes which were inside of this pineapple, we wouldn't necessarily want to eat it, because you do this and you hurt yourself, or you do this and you hurt yourself. Who wants to eat a fruit which hurts them? It doesn't look like an orange, it doesn't look like a pear, It doesn't look like grapes, doesn't look like an apple, so you wouldn't necessarily want to eat it. However, when you start to open up the pineapple, or when you cut it open, you start to realize the gentleness inside of it, and you start to realize the tastiness inside of it, and you start to realize how soft it is inside. And then you get to the inside of the pineapple, and you're probably thinking, Victoria, why are you talking to me about a pineapple? Why are you so passionate about a pineapple? But this relates really well to the fruit of the spirits. Today's fruit of the spirit is gentleness, and we are looking at what is gentleness and how can we display gentleness in our lives. And so for us to be gentle, it could be doing something like being nice to someone who isn't necessarily nice to us, or respecting someone who doesn't respect us, or helping someone who doesn't always help us. But the only way that we can be gentle, like the inside of this pineapple, is if we have strength, just like the outside of this pineapple. If I was to put this back together, it's back to being strong. But if this pineapple didn't have this shell around it, it would get damaged and it would probably rot, and it wouldn't be as protected as it is with the shell. And it's the same with us. We need strength in order to be gentle. So how do we get this strength? The way that we get this strength is that we have to ask God to give us strength every single day. We say, God, please can you give me strength to be gentle to people? Because the reality is, sometimes we're not going to want to be gentle. Sometimes if someone's rude to us, we're going to want to get rude back. If someone doesn't like us, we're not going to want to like them. But if we say we want to be Christ-like, and if we want to be a Christian, then we have to act in the same way that Jesus would act. And the way Jesus would act is by being gentle all of the time. So guys, I hope that this has helped you understand. A quick summary is this. The outside of a pineapple is strong. It might not look appetizing, but once you get inside of the pineapple, you start to realize the gentleness of it, and you start to see how soft it is. And we need to be like the inside of this pineapple. But the only way we can be like the inside of this pineapple is if we have the strength. And the strength, just like this pineapple, is a shell around it. We need to have God as our strength. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to do a quick prayer. You guys can repeat it after me if you want to. Dear God, thank you for giving us gentleness. Please give me strength to be gentle in all situations. In Jesus' name, Amen. Thank you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. I'm going to go eat my pineapple now, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. So I thought I would just show you guys me eating the pineapple, because why not?
Thanks for that, Victoria. I feel like I understand gentleness a bit more now. Finally, we have Jessie bringing us the message of the week.
Good morning everyone, it's Jessie here, and today I'm talking to you all about goodness. Now, I know you know that the fruit for this week is a pineapple, and it got me thinking, can you imagine if you were the first person to ever discover a pineapple? Like, sitting there in the dirt, you found one of these. What would you think it was? Would you even know it was a fruit? I think for me, I would assume that it would be a weapon, so I'd probably try and throw it at somebody. But anyways, enough of that. Don't throw pineapples around. It's a waste of fruit and you could hurt someone. And so the thing about pineapples is that they're really tough, but then they're really soft, sweet and juicy inside. And it's kind of the same for Jesus. We're not talking about Jesus juicy or sweet, but we mean Jesus is the sort of person who was seen as a weak person to some, but a strong person to many. Okay, so it got me thinking about a pineapple and how strong the skin of a pineapple is. Did you know that being gentle takes a lot of strength? It takes real strength to be gentle when people aren't being gentle or nice to you. It takes real strength to be a shoulder to cry on, maybe for a friend or a family member. Gentleness takes strength that can only come from God. And that's right, you guessed it, because it is a fruit of the Spirit. The closer we are to God, the more gentle we become. Jesus was a man who stood up for what he believed in and what he knew was right. When someone did the wrong thing, he called them out. And when he was talking to other religious teachers, he didn't mumble his words up as we can sometimes do. But still, there is a reason why Jesus is sometimes called the gentle shepherd. You know, God could have been very tough on us for all the sins that we have committed, all the wrongs that we have done to other people. God could have said, that's it, I've had enough of you lot, I'm going home. Every time we do something wrong, we prove the words of the Bible right. It says in Romans, for all have sinned and fallen short of God's glory, which is true. Like we said a few weeks ago, God could have just started over without us, but he didn't. Instead, he sent his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to die on a cross as payment for all of our sins. So he died a death that he didn't deserve so that we could live in freedom. And Jesus offers his gentleness to us. He offers for us to become his children. As we grow in our faith, he will teach us to be gentle. If somebody is being harsh or rude to us, we will be gentle. When somebody is hurting or in pain, we will be gentle. Jesus was the gentle shepherd, and as we are Christians and we are following Christ, that is what we must do too. Have a look at the next clip.
And of course, the best example of gentleness is Jesus. One day, Jesus was sitting in the temple courtyard teaching a group of people. Some Pharisees and other leaders marched in with a woman who had been caught sinning. The leaders did not care about the woman. They were testing Jesus to see if he would follow the law. The law said that you were allowed to throw stones at the woman to punish her. "What do you say?" they asked Jesus. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. They kept asking him questions, so he stood up and he said to them, "Has any one of you not sinned? Then you be the first to throw the stone at her." He bent down again and wrote on the ground. Those who had heard what he had said began to go away. They left one at a time, the older ones first. Soon, only Jesus was left. The woman was still standing there. Jesus stood up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Hasn't anyone found you guilty?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then I don't find you guilty either," Jesus said. "Go now and leave your life of sin." It says in Proverbs 15:1, "A gentle answer turns anger away, but mean words stir up anger."
So like the end of that clip said, in Proverbs, a gentle answer turns anger away, but mean words stir up anger. And so if there's one thing that I want you to remember from anything that I have said today, is that being gentle doesn't make you look weak, it doesn't make you look small, but being gentle is one of the hardest ways and one of the best ways that we can actually be strong. It takes strength to not be rude to someone who's rude to you. It takes strength to be a support for somebody who's in need. It takes strength to stand up for what is right and for what you know to be true. When people get angry and start yelling, it takes a lot of strength and self-control to learn how to not respond with the same level of anger. And that strength is what we need to help us to grow a sense of gentleness inside us. A little bit of gentleness always wins over anger and hate. So let's ask God to make us strong enough to be gentle. Let's ask him to give us a tough exterior but still be just as sweet on the inside. Let gentleness grow in your heart so that you can then spread God's love to those around you. So that has been my message. Back over to Rebecca.
Thanks for that message, Jessie. That was really great, and I feel like I've learned something more from it. Well, we've come to the end of this week's service. Thank you for tuning in. We post every single day on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, so be sure to check those videos out. I'm Rebecca, and you've been watching ECCi Kids. Have a great Sunday. Bye!